here. I understand. But ask him how.
It's better you gotta take the picture in the sun. Because in the shade, I was trying, and me and
You can
Mr.
also
Price
let
over
him
here,
know
we
that
couldn't.
I'll be seeking, legal action against him for doing it, right? So, yeah, I'll leave because you're doing it under a threat of arrest, right? You will arrest me. If I don't leave, you'll arrest me, right? No, but if I say no and I say here,
Out here and he said yes.
okay, have him come on out here and he can tell me to leave. So then that way, his threat of arrest is my legal cases against him, not you. Okay.
When he was stepped out here all day.
So, but why does everybody else get to stay but I don't?
Parker was asking there, he told me he was last day.
Yeah, he just left the building, but he doesn't hang out like I do, and like Miss Brown does. You know I hang out. I mean, you've seen me here hundreds of times, right? Yeah, and I hang out. No, she said leave the premises, but she doesn't have that authority by law, so she can't. She only maintains that one little bitty room. Well, so ask the chief to come
I'm
on.
not going to come out right now.
Then I'll wait for him because I
Comes
need him
out.
to explain to me.
Comes out, you're risking jail.
So then you're telling me
I'm not.
I'm risking jail, so that's threat of arrest.
Not threatening anything, I'm telling you what you told me. You told me that
Right.
you get off the phone.
Under a threat of arrest. But you just did. You just said that if he comes out here, I'm going to jail.
I did not say you could.
Right, but y'all could do that when I walk up here to go inside at the beginning of the meeting. Y'all can just arrest me for any reason you want. I know y'all not, but you can. There's a could, should, would, all that stuff. I understand that. So, and see, you just said yet, which is mean that you are part of what he is saying is that if the chief comes out here, I'm going to be arrested.
No, where did you get that?
Because it's implied in your statement. You're not arrested yet. So that means once he comes out here, I'm arrested.
I halfway said yeah, and just agreeing with what Alex said. I did not say that.
I thought yeah.
No,
Okay, so
no.
no, that's a little different, but it's still yeah because he's still insinuating that if the chief comes out here, I'm getting arrested. That is what I'm taking from you for your implication. And I'm asking under what authority does he have to do that?
Back and forth. He's in the agenda. You'd like to leave the property and wait for him out there.
Because I want to know what law I broke.
I will ask
Because I have to have broken a law.
If he comes out, I will ask him.
Okay, so you don't have a law that I broke, right? I didn't break any laws. Do you?
Wrong person to ask.
I know, but do you think I broke a law right now?
I have no idea.
Right? So you don't know if I've broken any law to evict me from a public space.
Sir, honestly,
Right? So I'm just asking a question because this is being documented, right? So you can't articulate, is there any RAS whatsoever going on?
What?
Reasonable articulable suspicion that I've committed a crime, I'm about to commit a crime, or I am committing a crime. I know that, but I'm standing up for my rights. So I'm asking for the chief to come out here because he said that I got to leave a public space. So I just needed him to explain to me the law.
Well, here's what I'll say. Apparently, Chief told Mahalik that you're supposed to leave the premises. All I'm saying is by you to wait on the sidewalk for him to come out.
But that's not how the Constitution works.
Listen, what he's saying is that you can either go wait on the sidewalk and talk to the
Then that's
chief
an
of police
abuse
that
of
way.
authority.
Hold on. Or you can stay here and then maybe, depending on what the chief decides to do, he might tell us to arrest you. But we're not saying that it's guaranteed to happen.
That's a threat of arrest, even though that you're implying that I have that you for no reason. I'm just asking for the reason. She doesn't have that authority.
Sir, I don't know enough.
You know, she doesn't have that authority. But the chief comes out here and says, "Hey, I have to ask you to leave underneath this law that you broke." That's all I'm asking for. That's fair, right? Otherwise, I haven't broken a law. Why be a tyrant and tell me to go stand over here? Who the hell are you? You're just another guy like me. You're just another citizen, but you have the force of using dead, right, to make me do something. That's what you have. That's essentially what it is. You have the force of death, right? You could kill me because I didn't follow your order. You can arrest me and detain me for up to 90 days in jail without any nobody knowing anything where I'm at, you can hold me for 90 days for any reason you want. That's today. That's right now. That can happen right now to me. All you got to do is just arrest me, throw me in the car, take me up there, process me, and stick me up in the jail. You don't have to inform anybody. You don't have to tell anybody. You don't even have to give me a right to see a lawyer. The only thing you have to do is do an arraignment on me within 48 hours. That's it. And then even then, I got to figure out who to call, how to call, and I got to pay for the call and everything else. I'm kind of stuck, right? This is what I'm saying. It's my constitutional rights, right, that are being stepped on. And y'all are using the mayor, right, and her statements, right, because she doesn't have the authority, hasn't been given to her by the state law, right? She doesn't govern anything. She governs that meeting. That's it. That's all she governs. She doesn't govern the property. She doesn't govern the public. She can't come up and tell, arrest this guy, arrest that guy, give that guy a ticket. She can't say anything like that. She has no authority underneath the city charter to do that. But yet y'all come up in here, they don't give you the class, y'all haven't read the charter, right? The city charter, so you don't know what your authorities are underneath the color of law, and you get the threat of losing your qualified immunity if I should sue you, because I can sue you directly in the course of your duties. Your professional duties. You've been trained, and you went to college, you went to an academy, you did all this other stuff. You should know the law. You should know the people's constitutionally protected rights. I didn't do anything wrong. I asked a question about hostages in Israel, and she threw me out. I didn't even get to the point about it being on the budget because she didn't allow me to. Then when I asked her, so I can't ask the question on this? You're out of here. I call her racist. She doesn't like me for that. I don't care. She's proven herself as such. And now the chief says, oh, throw me out. Well, okay, let him come out here and tell me. That's fine. Because I don't want it on you. I don't want it on you guys. Y'all guys just trying to do your job. But they're fucking turning you into the monster. And that fucking pisses me off. Because then it makes y'all look bad among everybody out here, and you're trying to do your damn job. I need you in my neighborhood. Shit, you know what Bryce apartments are like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I need y'all. I live on that street. I got people trying to stab me and run me over and all kinds of stuff. So I don't like what they do. And I'm sorry that I'm riled up, right? But these are my constitutional rights. I did 23 years in the Army for this shit. Hey, Chief.
Hey, sir. How you doing?
Hey, brother, can you... I just need the clear understanding, right? Just so I'm clearly understanding.
The mayor is building.
Right.
She asked you to leave the property.
I understand, but she's only in charge of that room during the, according to the charter. According to the charter, she's in charge of that meeting, right? So, underneath the charter, right, which gives her authority in the law, right? That's it. Public space, right? Public space. I'm in a public. I'm not disturbing the meeting, which she kicked me out of the meeting. I'm in the public space. Now, under public space, what RAS is there for me to be expelled?
She's in charge of the property right now in the building. She gave an order.
And I left the building.
Move the property.
Okay, so you're trespassing me
Yes.
from a public space.
Yes.
Under what law?
Under the mayor's order. She has authority to do that.
But she has to have a reasonable, articulable
she-
suspicion of me committing a crime to trespassing.
She asked you to remove from the building. We asked you to remove from the building.
And you didn't have to. I
Off the
left on my
property.
own,
She said off the
right?
property. Yes, you did.
Okay, but see, she's abusing her authority that she doesn't have. Okay, and she's turning you into a monster, right? To force me by threat of death with your gun, right? To kick me out of a space that you can't communicate RAS to, because I haven't committed any crime, right? Now, mind you, I'm in a public space and I have not committed any crime.
She asked us to remove you from the property. The property includes
And I get
all
that.
the whole parking lot. So if you want to go and protest, you can go to the south.
I'm not protesting.
If you want to,
I know, I'm tracking you, Chief. I'm not trying to be difficult. I'm trying to stand up for my constitution,
Okay.
my protected rights that I defended for
I
23
understand
years,
that. I
right?
understand that.
So all I need and all I'm asking for is the actual tangible number of the law that she's enforcing upon me. because I can't find it anywhere.
Criminal trespass. What's the criminal trespass?
No, not criminal trespass because.
That's trespass. That's a citation on one site.
Oh, so you're making this up?
No, I'm not making it. It's in the penal code. Trespass.
Yeah, but from a public space.
3605. Right?
So you're gonna get me underneath the nuisance law.
Yeah, 3605.
So
3005,
underneath
right?
nuisance law, you're gonna trespass me underneath nuisance law.
Right there.
If I may.
Yeah, sure.
You know me, Chief.
I know, I understand. I
I'm just trying to stand up for myself.
I want to make it as easy as possible.
I know you.
Yeah.
And I just want to make sure that I assert my rights as an American
Yeah.
citizen
You have
because
the right to
people
do
are
so.
just giving up their rights.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I know you're a fair man. I know you're fair and you would allow me here to
Left and right now.
because I want to know the law.
It's
I
gonna
want
give
to know
her a
which one
reason
you're
to
going to use.
understand,
You
to
said
ask
you're going to use
questions,
trespass
to learn how to
from a
communicate,
public
to learn how to
space.
understand
So the
without
law
arguing.
needs to articulate public
Some good
space.
shit.
The trespass don't.
You had the general
She's
term,
learning.
right? But it has to be from a public space. And from whatever I remember,
Yeah, go ahead.
A person commits an offense if the person enters or remains on or in property of another, including residential land, agricultural land, a recreational vehicle park, a building, a general residential operation operating as a residential treatment center, or an aircraft or other vehicle without effective consent, and the person, one, had notice that the entry was forbidden, or two,
Doesn't apply to his
received
case.
notice to depart but failed to do so.
Doesn't apply
where
to
did
this.
in any part of that did that say public space?
They mentioned a lot of stuff.
No, it has to say
So,
public
again,
space. I'm in a
it
public
said
space, not a public building.
Remains in or on or in property of another, including
that-
residential land,
But this is my
agricultural
property.
land, a recreational vehicle park, a building, a general residential operation operating as a residential treatment center,
Mhm.
or an aircraft or other vehicle without effective consent.
Doesn't
Right.
apply.
And here's the thing. I don't have to have consent to be in a public space because I can be on the street, I can be at the police station. You can't trespass me from publicly accessible areas inside of a public building. Doesn't matter. You can't trespass me by law. You can't because it's protected.
And you're disrupting the
And I'm not. I'm not
I
disrupting
understand, but
anybody in there,
The
right?
mayor told us
I
to
understand
remove the
it. That's
property.
an illegal order.
It's not.
So you're going to enforce an illegal order.
It's not.
Well, I'm just telling you because when I write my my case,
Yeah, yeah.
right? When I file charges,
Mhm.
right? Okay, I'm going to file charges in the scope of your practice as chief
Yeah.
of police,
Mhm.
right? So I'm
Yeah.
going to file charges against you for violating my rights as a
Yeah.
citizen.
Uh-huh.
That you are kicking me off public land for no reason, right?
Mayor.
Because no,
The
the
mayor
mayor doesn't.
can't
No, the mayor doesn't have authority out here, and he just read it right there. That it didn't say public spaces. It said a building. Okay, well, that can be considered a building, but I'm gone from the building. No, I'm just saying. That's where we're at. He quoted the law. He
Right.
didn't say anything about public spaces.
She's in charge of this property right
She's
now.
in charge of that room. That's it,
No.
not the building.
No. She
Because
asked you to
then-
remove from the property. So I'm asking you to just leave the property. That's all I'm asking you.
I know
And
that.
then you can file a complaint. You want to file a complaint?
No, I'm gonna file. I'm gonna sue.
That's fine. That's fine.
Right,
File,
you know,
file a lawsuit. That's
but
fine.
it's one on her, one on you now,
But that's
because
fine,
you know
that's
she's
fine.
turned you into the monster, and I can't. You know that.
I understand. I
You know what I'm
understand. You
saying?
have a right to do that.
Because you're following an illegal order under the color of law, right? And threat of death to me,
No.
because you have the force, you have deadly force. You know what I'm saying?
understand.
So that's what's going to be written,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
And I'm like, y'all are violating people's constitutionally protected rights. This is wrong, Chief. Okay, I'm saying this is wrong between us, right? And I'm sorry that it got to that
No,
point.
I hate it too.
You know what I mean? Because she doesn't have that authority, and y'all are giving her that authority,
No, I'm not
and that's
giving her
illegal. That's illegal force of authority. I'm just saying, there's a lot of other things that are going on here that are going to be caught up, and
Right.
I'm going to be taking qualified immunity away from you and any other officer I deem necessary in this matter. That's all I'm saying, because this is wrong. She can't throw people out of the building. She can't throw people off the property. She doesn't have that authority. Even the lawyer said so. Even her lawyer said so. So, but you're doing it anyway, right? Which is a violation of my constitutionally protected rights. So, is body cameras on? Okay. So I need to know, like, you know, because I got to go down and FOIA request them.
Yeah, of course.
Because I'm like,
Yeah.
this is absolutely wrong to me, right?
Okay.
You don't do this in America. You don't do this to anyone in America. I mean, I get what she's trying to say,
Mhm.
but all I asked her was a question.
I understand.
You heard it.
I understand.
You think my question was out out of the ordinary because I was leading into what I talked to you about last
I'm
week.
not gonna get involved in the politics of this.
Well, I'm talking about you remember when I brought up the Hamas and the UN and MetLife and all that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? We're giving money to Hamas via paying and buying MetLife, and they're giving money to the UN through UNRWA and to Hamas. And I'm just trying to point that out, right? With basic facts. State 269 of the hostages, right? So why is that so off the agenda?
I don't make those.
You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, she didn't have any claim here. She didn't have any reason to kick me out for simply because she didn't know where I was going. She didn't allow me to finish. You saw it. You bore witness to it. So it's piss poor performance by a racist piece of shit called our mayor. Anyway, y'all stay safe.
All right, good night.
All right,
See
brother.
you next
Hey,
week.
no
No,
ill
no
will.
problem, no
You know
problem.
what I'm saying? You know
No
how I'm
problem.
at, brothers?
Of course.
Right?
No problem.
Y'all know how I am.
Yes, sir.
I
Thank
told
you.
y'all I get pissed off when they turn you into the monster.
Okay.
All right?
Next Tuesday.
Yeah. Well, no, we no longer have any more meetings after this. This is the last one.
Yeah, it starts the 16th.
Oh, okay. That's right.
Yes, sir.
That's right. We have the last one.
Yep.
All right. Thank y'all.
Okay.